I'm Yana Shahidi, and this is my Style Week. To describe Chanel, I would say Chanel is classic, edgy, redefining normal. I would say aspirational. Chanel always makes me feel joyful because in every collection I find a configuration of pieces that feel unabashedly me. It speaks to all of my fashion sensibilities, from when I love to get dressed up to just being cool and casual. When I'm picking a look for a red carpet moment or an event, I really start with what is this event about and what am I trying to do? There are certain things that I always do, such as my robot test, which it's as simple as it sounds. I do the robot in most every outfit because it helps me assess if I can move in it. Movement is super important for me. And I think I use every event as a way to experiment with my personal style. When I think of a code of the house that I love, I would have to point to the wheat. I remember the first time I had the honor of going into Gabrielle Chanel's apartment, and there was the stacks of gold wheat there representing prosperity. And I think the symbolism is beautiful, and I love the way in which it's constantly weaved throughout the collections, but even just that basic assertion of wishing prosperity. What I love most about the show that I had even gone to is the fact that it is both fun and rejuvenating, and at the same time pulls on the authentic and traditional essences of Chanel when you think of Chanel, and the way in which they balance both is incredible. But just what that show represents in terms of the featherwork, even again pointing to this embroidery that I'm wearing, that's something that you get specifically from those collections. Well, I didn't think I'd feel any sort of way in tweed until you show me some tie-dye tweed, some multicolor knit tweed, and then you see just the many ways in which it can be so fun. And again, it speaks to, I think, what I love about Chanel as a brand is that you may think of it as the space in which you get all of your classics and your traditional pieces, which indeed, it is the perfect place for all of your staples that will never go out of style. But at the same time, they're also completely revamping what we think of as traditional or stiff to be something that is fun and more tailored to our everyday lifestyle. There's something fun about the color and the mixing and matching. I think everything from the variety of pastels that we've seen in the collection to the ways in which we juxtapose something that is traditionally a black piece with those metallics really, I think, speak to the youthful energy that I personally appreciate, and still managing to make it feel as though these pieces will last forever. I would have to say iconoclast, if that makes any sense. I love that it pays homage to fashion and Chanel tradition while turning its back on all the things that we expect from fashion. I would have to say just joyful, from even watching all of the models congregate on the stairs. There was something about the show that almost had a party or a jovial essence to it. And I would also say elevated, because of course you may have seen a skirt before, or suiting, or a silk dress before, but you just haven't seen it like this. Virginie's collections really speak to, again, exactly what I identified about what I love about this collection, is that I think she definitely continues in the tradition of Chanel that we all know and love in a way that's so specific. You can see her eye and just that level of detail that she's paid throughout the years of being even Carl's right hand, and you see her vision as well. I feel as though it's beautiful to be able to represent the past and at the same time in every piece be reflective of the future. There's so many. Of course, we can point to those kind of classic boots and shoes, but I think in terms of look, it's really the ways in which suiting has been used to create really special effects. And the other thing I have to point to would be the wide leg pants. There's something about a Chanel wide leg pant that no matter the fabric, the text, or the design, you can identify them. And I've had way too much fun at events in those wide leg pants.